By the end of this video, your literature review will write itself. In this video, I will show you how to set up a complete literature review system inside Notion. We will use templates, automation, and Notion AI to save you time and effort. By the end of this video, you will have a structured workflow that will transform your research, organize your note, and write your papers. Let's let the literature review write itself, shall we? Before we start, a quick introduction. If you don't know me yet, hi, I'm Aynur. I'm a third-year PhD student in chemical engineering at Imperial College London, and I made it my mission to teach you every secret I know in academia, video by video, through all my social media channels. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video. Let's start with step number 1. How to create a literature review database in Notion. And I'm gonna walk you through it step by step. I'm gonna do it myself here on my laptop so that you can just copy and paste the process for your own database, right? So this is important so that you can always track your research, track your papers, find the information that you need instantly without having like this huge pile of papers somewhere, you know. Every PhD student has this file folder on their computer where they dump in all the literature that they download. And then this is like the dumpster for papers, and there is no structure in it, and you never find what you need, and it's chaos, right? So we don't want to do that, okay? Let's level this up a little bit. Let's make it a bit more professional. Let's create a Notion database. Let's do it together. So I'm gonna get my laptop here, and we're gonna go to Notion, and then we're gonna get that done. So log in into your Notion, and then when you're here, you can see on the top corner, we're just gonna create a new page. Click on create a new page. And then on the lower part, you can see get started with database, and that's what we wanna do. So click on database, and now we're gonna click on new empty database. And what we're now going to do is we're going to create all the different sections of our database, okay? And I'm going to give them to you now. So we're now going to add the columns, and I picked like 15 different columns. You can basically mix and match this the way that you want. Depending on your research area, you might need different columns, but I'm just going to give you an example, okay? So the first thing that we're going to name is literature type. And this is basically important for, you know, if you have like a review paper or like an article. So whatever it is that you just know what it is. So we'll take literature type. So the next thing is publication date. Super easy. We're going to click on the plus sign here to add a new column. Then we're going to click on date, and there we can just name it to publication date. And now you can just, you know, let's say it was, we don't need the time format. We can hide this. Let's say it's depending on where you live. You can also choose the date format. Let's say month, day, year. And yeah, that's it. So now when you go in here, you can select the date it was published. See, like this, and it's always there. Okay, then obviously the title is super important. So there we're just gonna select text. Actually, I'm gonna do that here. Okay, and we're now gonna do literature type. And for literature type, we'll choose multi-select. And now here you can add options. So you can, for example, say review paper. Then you can say article. Then you can say thesis. These are the main common ones, right? And so when you go in here to literature type, you can just pick what it is. Let's say it's an article. Then you put it in. Now this is also a super cool feature. Let's call it relevance. So we're gonna base this on how relevant it is for your work, and we're gonna give it this sign here. Now we're gonna add one by one more and more columns. I'm gonna give you 2 more examples, and then I'm gonna show you the final product, okay? So for now, we used the date feature. We used the multiple choice feature where you can just select your article type. Then we used the normal text feature, and I'm gonna show you the link feature. That's also super cool because then you can link directly to the DOI of the article and click on it, download it, and read it, right? So again, we're gonna click on plus, and then here we're gonna choose the link URL. So there we're just gonna write DOI and enter. And here you can then just insert your link, and then it's in your database, right? Cool. So that being said, we're now going to move on to the finished product. So swoosh, and let's go to the finished product because I want to show you how this looks like when it's done. So this is the final database that you have. So once you insert all the different columns that you have, the ones that I'm going to give you are just examples, okay? Just take them as an example and adjust them to your own needs. You might not need every single thing that I'm showing you here, okay? So this is basically what it potentially could look like. So it starts with literature type, and I've shown you in the example, you can put like different things in. I have here paper, review paper, thesis. This is basically the more common ones. If you want more details, keep on adding stuff. It just depends on you how detailed you need this. Then publication date, super cool. Here you can just insert like a date, any kind of date, and put it in, and then you know when it's been published. Now, here we have the title, and this opens up, and I'm going to show you later, so that you can add notes into that, but we'll come to that in the second part. Then you'll add the authors. You can choose here a relevance level, which is super cool. You can just add that with the multiple choice features that I've shown you before. So you're just going to add stars to it, and then you can just pick how relevant it is. And then you can also have like a section where you say related to which part. So like, let's say, yeah, depending on your work, you either need this or not need it, just to specify what this paper is related to. And then keywords, super important, because you're gonna need this to filter later through all your database, okay? So add keywords about this paper, and a lot of papers already have keywords in them, so you can just copy and paste them into here. If you have any kind of comments, you can put them in here at the journal, a link, DOI, and then you can also add related papers here, which is great. You can link them. So once you add like lots of different papers, you can just click on the papers that you already created in Notion and say that they're related to one another. And finally, you can also link Zotero in Notion, by the way, which is super cool. So you can put that into Zotero. And finally, this is also super cool that you just give on the status. So for example, did you start with that paper? Didn't you? So you can say not started, in progress, done, and so on. And finally, this is like the AI summary tool of Notion, which is amazing. So here you can basically just put AI summary as a feature, as a property, and then it will take everything that you put into that database and summarize it so that you have an AI generated summary from everything you put into Notion, which is very, very convenient. So yeah, this sums up step number 1, creating the database in Notion. All right, now that we have the database, we're going to start with step number 2, which is to create a template for every single paper that you add to create notes on that paper, okay? And that's actually super easy to set up. I'm going to show you an example of how I do it, and you can adjust it to your own needs, but it's really just a super simple thing now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our database that we created. And then you're going to go to the title part here. So there's one thing, like if you hover over these things, on one of these columns, you'll have this button here where it says open inside peek, okay? So here when you click there and scroll down, you have a section where you can add comments, basically. It's just an empty thing. So there you can just add things like abstract, objective of study, theory, methods, key results, conclusion, future work suggested, and critiques. So lots of different things. You just pause it and read through it if you're more interested in it or if you want to get inspired. So now this is important, like depending on what your research is about and what you want to take out of your literature review, you obviously have to adjust this now. Now, why is this important? Because I said in the beginning, I promised you your literature review will write itself, which it will do if you put in these things in a correct way. So feed your Notion database, because that's going to be the core of your literature review. Feed it with every single information that you need, and then using AI Notion summaries and stuff like that, it will really write itself. Like it's gonna make things so much easier. But the key thing, important thing, is that you really feed the database. Like this is important. You have to fill in all these different things here, and then Notion will extract all the data that it needs, compare it with one another, even extract research gaps from it, correlations, relations, and everything. So with every paper that you add to it and with every paper that you go and through this template, this will just get better and better and better. All right. So that's going to be the second step, where you're just gonna put in all the notes that you need, that you pulled out from that paper. So once that is done, we can move to the third step. The third step is actually the cool part. So step 1 and 2 are like, you have to put in the work, okay? Especially step 2, read the paper, fill in the stuff and everything. But once you did that, that's where the cool part of the database starts, because now you can organize, you can filter, you can combine your results, okay? So, and this is how we do it using the database. When you go to your database, you have here the filter option. So when you click on filter, you can choose any property that you choose before and you can filter through that. So for example, you can say, hey, I just wanna see the papers from a specific author. So you click on authors, right? And then you can just say, okay, I just want to see my own papers. Let's say there is just Aynur, so I'm going to click on Aynur. And then it will show me all the papers from Aynur, which is the only paper that's in there already. So yeah, there's not much to filter, but you get the meaning. And you can do this like for every single thing. So you can filter through your papers, which is much, much better than that dump file folder that you have on your computer where you cannot filter through anything, right? So you have everything in one sheet. Then what you can do is you can cluster stuff together, you can sort them. So for example, you can sort them by published year, you can sort them by author, by related papers, whatever it is. You can sort them by relevance, which is also cool. So you can just show up all the papers that are highly relevant for your PhD, or by status. So you can look at, okay, which of the papers are in progress right now, which didn't I work through completely, right? So whatever you need it to be sorted. And if you want to group the papers, you're just going to click on the 3 dots here and you're going to click on group, and then you can group them with related papers, let's say. And then you basically have here, you see that, right? A toggle down menu where you can create different groups. So it will only show up the groups, different groups, and it's a different way of just sorting it. So you can create different view base. And this is just the beginning, guys. Like, there are so many other features. People that, I mean, if you know a little bit more about Notion, you'll know this, like from automations. I mean, if you just go here through all the options, there is so much that you can do. It's insane. Like, it's such an amazing tool, but we're going to limit it for now to this, okay? So you can group, filter, sort your articles now in your database, which was step number 3. Now that we did 1, 2, 3, we're moving on to step number 4, which is what I promised you, bringing your literature review to life, making it write itself using Notion. So how are we going to do that? Let me show you this in the final section now. So we're going to start a new page, and on this page what we're going to do is we're going to write / and then we're going to link the database that we created. So just write type linked view of database here. Then you're going to select the database and it's going to load it. And then we're going to scroll down, and at the bottom we're going to continue writing. So what we're going to do is we want to use Notion AI now. So we're going to press space. So I just pressed the space button on my keyboard, and now we're going to ask it to analyze the research findings on plunging liquid jets and identify key patterns across my literature review database, right? So let's just hit go. And this is the part where your literature review writes itself. So it wasn't an empty promise, guys. It's so powerful. You know why it is so powerful? It's much powerful than any other AI tool that you can find online, because it is based on your knowledge, okay? You, in your database, you extract all the valuable information that you need for your literature review, and then Notion AI takes this and turns it into a text, okay? So the main thinking work, that's what you did, and Notion just puts it together, and that's in combination, chef's kiss, really. Great thing. So this is just the beginning. Obviously, you can experiment with it and see where it leads to you, but it's an amazing thing. So yeah, if you implement these 4 steps, your literature review will write itself using Notion. So 2 options. First of all, I showed you exactly step by step how you can do this. You can definitely set up the database yourself, do it all yourself. Or option 2, you can just go through the link in my bio and buy the Notion template for the price of 1 coffee, $5. Right? So yeah, it's your decision. If you just want to save the time to set it up and just start reading and using that Notion template right away, then go ahead and get the template. Otherwise, I provided you all the knowledge to do it yourself. So it's your decision. Yeah, yeah, this concludes this video. I think it's an amazing tool. I think it's going to be very, very useful for you and for your literature review, so do make sure to check it out. And if you have any more Notion tips, leave them below. Let's do some geek Notion talk in the comments. I'm very eager to hear what your experience with Notion and with Notion AI is, and if you have any more tips that I didn't mention here, so that others can profit from it as well. If you haven't done so already, check out my Instagram channel by scanning this QR code. I post almost daily academic tips there as well, bite-sized pieces. Don't miss out on it. And this channel, guys, is super small. It's a baby channel and it lives off of you. So if you wanna do anything good to this channel as a quick, I don't know, if this video was any kind of helpful for you and you just want to give something back, it's enough to just like this video. Like, just like it, okay? I'm not even asking you to comment and share and whatever and subscribe. Just like it, you know, it's just one click, but it means the world for such a small baby channel like this, okay? So I would appreciate it a lot. And other than that, I wish you a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.